That's as loud as it goes. Sorry. Okay. So good afternoon. My name is Stephanie Patterson-Gilbert, and I am the president of Destination Carlisle, and I also own Courtney Lutheran across the street. We're here today to dedicate the Hot-Chee Dog marker from the William G. Pomeroy Foundation that we got a grant for earlier this year, and actually the sign just got installed today, so we're pretty excited the borough made that happen for us. We got a little bit of a ceremony here for you to try to make a little bigger deal out of it. I know John's loving this. He's waiting for his turn. He can't wait to talk. So on behalf of Destination Carlisle, Downtown Carlisle, the Borough of Carlisle, and the William G. Pomeroy Foundation, I would like to welcome you to the dedication of this marker. We're going to start by thanking a few people who made this possible. First off, Aaron Pop, who is part of Destination Carlisle and Carlisle Financial, Jennifer Oswald, who's our secretary, Deputy Mayor Sean Schultz, Carlisle Borough Manager Susan Armstrong, and Van Thorson, who actually put this up. He works for the borough. He made it happen. He poured concrete, and on a very short notice made this happen for us. So if y'all want to give a round of applause, he's not here, but. And then I'd especially like to thank the Kollas family for being here and the Mazias family for going along with this crazy idea, even when, in the beginning, they had no idea what I was talking about. I kept saying, we're going to put this marker up, and they were like, oh, what? And I even showed them pictures, and they didn't really understand until we actually got it. But it's here, and it's going to be here hopefully forever for all of us to enjoy, and for our kids to enjoy and our grandchildren. So the first thing we're going to do is we need to read a statement from the William G. Pomeroy Foundation who gave us this grant, and to do that is Jennifer.
Hi, I'm Jennifer. So I'm just going to read the statement that William G. Pomeroy Foundation has sent along to mark the occasion, and this is from Darren Pomeroy, and he says, on behalf of the William G. Pomeroy Foundation, we send our greetings from Syracuse, New York, as we dedicate this Legends and Lore marker for Carlisle's famous Hot-Chee Dog. We wish we could be with you to celebrate this special occasion on the 83rd birthday of the Hamilton restaurant. At the Pomeroy Foundation, one of our main initiatives is to help people celebrate their community's history. Since 2006, when my father, Bill Pomeroy, established the Foundation's first marker program, we have awarded more than 1,400 grants for roadside markers and plaques nationwide, Legends and Lore included. Now, here in Carlisle, you are part of a select group from across the United States with a Pomeroy Foundation-funded roadside marker. The markers we fund are well-researched, with sources reviewed by professional folklorists or historians depending on the marker program. We strongly believe that markers offer many benefits. They help educate the public, encourage pride of place, and promote historic and cultural tourism. By celebrating the creation of the Hot-Chee Dog here at the Hamilton, you share an important part of your community's rich cultural heritage. We are proud to have a role in making this possible and extend our appreciation to the hard work of the grant recipient, Destination Carlisle. We would also like to thank our state partner, the Pennsylvania Center for Folklore at the Pennsylvania State University, which helps to vet our Legends and Lore applications from the Keystone State, and all those involved in obtaining this Legends and Lore marker. It will stand as a testament to your cultural heritage for generations to come. From all our dedicated staff and trustees at the Pomeroy Foundation, congratulations! Warm wishes, Darren Pomeroy, trustee, William G. Pomeroy Foundation.
Okay, so I kind of typed this up. I'm gonna try to read it. I probably will go off of it, but whatever. Okay, so one of the first questions we were asked when we submitted our application for the Hot-Chee Dog was, what makes it special? And personally, I was offended. I mean, if you live in Carlisle, you don't have to be told why this is special. We just know. And it's in that moment that I realized how important and integral it is to our community, because you have to really be a part of it to get it. Sure, other regions have chili cheese hot dogs. Well, maybe not with the cheese. That's sort of special. But most places have a chili dog. But we're pretty sure, and I think you'll all agree, that what ties our community together and makes us unique as a community is also tied to a Hot-Chee Dog. And it seems kind of strange, but it's true. All right, John, it's true. So the things that make a place unique are the shared experiences that a community has together. And those things can be like parades or cultural traditions. And for us, it just happens to be this humble hot dog. I'm going off the script. Carlisle in three centuries and in 6 generations have been able to participate in coming to the Hamilton restaurant and eating a Hot-Chee Dog. And that is one of the things that ties us together in the fabric of community. When the Hamilton restaurant opened its doors on June 17, 1938, touting itself as the only restaurant in Carlisle with air conditioning and a kitchen full of modern equipment, could Charlie and Mary Kollas have ever imagined that we would be gathered here today celebrating a historical marker dedicated to what they simply referred to then as their tasty wiener sandwiches? The answer has to be not in their wildest dreams. When they came to Carlisle, they entered into a small but flourishing community of Greek immigrants like themselves, and they found success with their small restaurant among what was used to be referred to as Greek Row. Where we're standing here today, there were so many Greek restaurants, cafes, confectionaries, and other businesses located in a very close vicinity that people just looked at this and called it as Greek Row. After opening the Hamilton, Charlie began sponsoring others from Greece to come work for him at the Hamilton, continuing the chain of successful Greeks in Carlisle, bringing kinsmen here for a life of better opportunity. One of those was John Mazias, who was brought here at age 11 after his father was killed in the Greek Civil War. He was taken in by the Kollases and began working in the Hamilton as a dishwasher and sending money home to Greece. He would work in the restaurant before school and after school, gathering what he would need to know to one day take over the Hamilton, which he and his wife Angie did in the mid-1970s. But what he may not realize when he took over the restaurant almost 50 years ago is that he would take what Charlie started and grow it into the culinary and culture institution it is today, with his quiet and humble generosity and care for our community. What Tommy became is the head of a second family that would come to number in the tens of thousands and embody nearly all the residents of Carlisle, no matter how humble or from what walk of life. The true key to the iconic status of the Maziases, the Kollases, and the restaurant today are really quite old-fashioned, consistently good and plentiful food, and being welcomed like you're part of the family while you're here just to eat a Hot-Chee Dog. While we're unsure exactly who first started calling the Hamilton hot dogs Hot-Chee Dogs, we do know that by 1963 and the 25th anniversary of the restaurant, Charlie Kollas had fully embraced the name. Over the years, the Hamilton has served millions of Hot-Chee Dogs in Carlisle and has reached legendary status worldwide among anyone who's passed through Carlisle. And while we do love Hot-Chee Dogs, what we here in Carlisle love even more are the Maziases and all the waitresses, dishwashers, and cooks who have worked at the Hamilton over the years. This includes the Kollases and the heads of many other restaurants that eventually went on to open in Carlisle and other communities. What they have nurtured here between shouting orders to the kitchen in Greek, slinging Hot-Chee Dogs onto tables, and being the hardest working people you will ever know is what I think of as the beating heart of Carlisle. The Hamilton is a shining example of what doing business right looks like, because their care for their customers and their community have always come first. It doesn't matter whether you're a tradesman, Dickinson student, war college fellow, a transplant, a visitor, or a lifelong local. We're all part of one big family here, and they know most of us by name and our orders by heart. Through economic depression, world war, social upheaval, national tragedy, recession, pandemic, and through 15 presidents, the near death of this downtown, and so much more, the Hamilton has welcomed us in and fed both our bodies and our souls. In a recent interview for the local news, Tommy Mazias said he was one of the lucky ones for having been given this opportunity to come to Carlisle. But I would say that all of us who live here know, and we can agree, that we are the ones who are truly lucky. I'd like to invite Helen Kollas up. This is Charlie Kollas' daughter, the original owner, and she's going to say a couple of words.
I just want to say I am surprised, and my father would be so humble. He came here to the United States at the age of 15 with 50 cents in his pocket. came to Carlisle, he settled in Carlisle, he loved Carlisle, he established the restaurant and the people who work here. So I thank you on behalf of my father. Thank you.
Yay, Tia. Good job.
Okay, and now the moment John's been waiting for. His father couldn't be here today because he's back in Greece for the first time since COVID, and we can't really begrudge him that. So John's going to take the heat today and thank you on behalf of the Mazias.
Hello, everybody. I'm not good at this, but on his behalf, he told me to tell everyone, all his customers, he thanks you for everything. Without you guys, this is not possible. For all the years that he's been here, he's enjoyed conversations, everything. So he just called me today and he told me to state that. So, and as well as myself, thank you for all for coming here every day. It wouldn't be possible without you guys.
Yeah.
And secondly, I'd like to thank Stephanie. Without her, with her persistence, he owes me, I owe you. It's great. Thank you.
You got enough for you?
Oh, and my brother. Yes. He's part of it. Not yet.
All right, well, I'm Tommy's other son, the oldest, and you might see me in the Hamilton with my family eating every once in a while, some high quality food. That's basically what I wanted to say here today if I had a chance, and I appreciate the chance. My dad always regarded this community as his family, and wanted this Hamilton family that they speak of. He owes a great deal to the community, Charles Kollas, and we really appreciate everything that you guys have done through the years and being loyal customers and patrons of this institution. Thank you so much. Have a great day and keep enjoying those Hot-Chee Dogs.
And finally, before we unveil this thing, we've got Deputy Mayor Sean Schultz, who has a special little thing to read on behalf of the borough.
I don't want to take too long. I don't want to be between everybody in the sign unveiling or Hot-Chee Dogs if you want to run into some Hot-Chee Dogs. But I do want to talk about what an icon both the Hamilton and the Hot-Chee Dog is in Carlisle. I used to joke that instead of dropping cars on New Year's Eve, we ought to drop Hot-Chee Dogs. No discuss here, but who wants to waste a perfectly good Hot-Chee Dog? But so for my parents' generation, it was, you remember where you were when man landed on the moon. For me here in Carlisle, I came here to law school and stayed here for the last 21 years. It was my first Hot-Chee Dog. I remember the day. I was in Professor McCrae's class. I think it was maybe administrative law or something. I'm not entirely sure, but I remember there was some analogy that involved the Hot-Chee Dogs. Professor McCrae loved them, so he draws a Hot-Chee Dog up on the board. I don't remember the class. I don't remember the analogy. Hopefully it hasn't caused me any malpractice over the years. But I do remember the Hot-Chee Dog, and it was about 11:30, and I was hungry. And so right after class, we walked down here. Some friends of mine. We had our first Hot-Chee Dog. So thank you for that. But I'm going to take some liberties here. I'm not going to go through all the whereases and wherefores of the proclamation, because who wants to hear that? But I'm going to make it a little personal. I'm going to take some liberties, because don't let my last name fool you. I come from a Mediterranean family on my mom's side. We're Italian, so we're across the Ionian Sea from here. And I know that blood runs thicker than the waters of the Ionian Sea. So I consider us kin, right? But I know from my family, and as we heard here today, that this is a family institution, but it's a family that extends beyond life, right? If I asked everybody to raise their hand if you consider yourself part of the family of the Hamilton restaurant, Hot-Chee Dog culture, how many hands would I take? Everybody here. I think we get more people. Burger! We managed to get more people here than we did at most of our council meetings. So good job, Steph. But on behalf of Mayor Scott, who unfortunately couldn't make it here today, we have declared today call it that day every year. John, you go ahead. And Tommy's other son, wherever you are. There you are. Wherever Tommy's other son now, right? But congratulations, 83 years is a long time for both families to run through the ages of Carlisle. It's a monument, and it's part of what gives Carlisle flavor and makes Carlisle an all-American city. So thank you, John. Thank you, everybody, for being here today. And let's see that sign.
All right, so it's my great honor and privilege to dedicate this William G. Pomeroy Foundation Legends and Lore marker today to the Hot-Chee Dog and the Hamilton Restaurant on behalf of our community, Destination Carlisle, my fellow small businesses, the Maziases, the Kollas, and my own personal family. One of those again, my last name is Gilbert, but I'm really a Fitzpatrick. George Fitzpatrick Plummer? Yeah, that's my family. And we're gonna dedicate this to our beloved Hot-Chee Dog. So if you all can help me, we're all gonna say Hot-Chee Dog, and at the end of it, both of you pull those words really hard. You ready? Yep. 1, 2, 3.
Hot-Chee Dog!
Okay, so some of you saw on Facebook that we were making Hot-Chee Dog cupcakes yesterday, and we brought them inside through this door. If you want to follow us in, come get a cupcake to celebrate the birthday and the mark of dedication, and please order Hot-Chee Dogs. This is ready for you. Thank you for coming.
Yay!